Hi HCG family, Queen Shelley here. I discovered another website from She Bear 777, and she had questions on the homeopathy dosages, or not dosages, but the strengths, the dilutions. And I've seen all kinds of things on the websites about the homeopathic drops, yes or no, prescription, yes or no. So as an amateur homeopath for about 25 years, I thought I'd give you just a real basic lesson that might help. So it is the law of similars for homeopathy. Like treats like. And yes, it is in a very, very, very diluted dose. So let's say if a baby got into my homeopathic kit of 75 remedies and ate all those little sugar pills, nothing would happen. It really isn't poison like getting a hold of grandma's high blood pressure pills or something like that. So let me just give you simple descriptions. So you know how you cut into a good fresh onion and the tears start to flow and your nose starts to run? That would be called allium cepa in homeopathy. So they take that onion and dilute it with alcohol, with pure grain alcohol, and take one little part of that and dilute it with like 10 more parts, and take one of that and dilute it more and dilute it more. So there really isn't, except potency-wise or microscopically, I guess you could say, a little bit of that onion left. But now let's say, and then they put it on to little sugar tablets or drops. Okay, now let's say you got a cold and your eyes are running and your nose is running, and it's just watery and it's almost like when you've cut an onion. So you would take that like treats like. So that symptom is a runny nose and watery eyes. You would take the homeopathic remedy for that, a few doses, maybe 4 pills, 2-3 times, maybe an hour apart, or maybe even a half an hour apart, and pretty soon you wouldn't have a runny nose anymore, and the watery eyes have gone away. So you would stop taking the remedy. And if it's something worse, like a horrible sore throat or another remedy, you might go on and take it for several days. But I'm just giving you a real basic understanding. Okay, how about poison ivy? You know what happens when you run into poison ivy, or at least you've heard about it. So that's rhus tox. So anytime you might have a rash or a bumpy swelling, hives kind of a thing, it could have been poison ivy, but it might have been, nettles, or, you're out in the yard doing something and you're bumpy and itchy and swollen. You would take rhus tox, like treats like. So that itchy, bumpy thing, you would take a few tablets or pellets of the rhus tox. You would put it under your tongue, and maybe an hour later you'd start scratching again. Okay, so you take another dose. And then maybe 2 hours go by, and you kind of start scratching again, so you'd take another dose. And before you know it, maybe 6 hours goes by, or you look and go, hey, I don't have a rash anymore. That's how simple homeopathy works. I love the one called nux vomica. Hey, I don't really need to describe that to you, do we? So you've overdone. You've had a little too much to drink, or some food poisoning or something like that, and you're hugging the porcelain bus and you're vomiting. You would take nux vomica. And because you don't actually have to swallow the pill, you just put it under your tongue and it's absorbed. 10-15 minutes later, maybe you throw up again, but then you put another dose under your tongue, and pretty soon, in a half hour, 45 minutes go away, and you're not vomiting anymore. That's how homeopathy works easily. Ipecac is another kind of thing. A lot of people have a little bottle of Ipecac in their medicine chest for children or adults, and that makes you vomit right now. That gets rid of a poison or something you've eaten, or your child's done something dangerous. You would give them a dose of Ipecac and then go to the hospital or the doctor. Okay, like treats like, you would take Ipecac when you're vomiting, and it would stop the vomiting. So now my brief explanation, homeopathic HCG. HCG, prescription strength, or in a pregnant mommy, stops the hunger. Homeopathic, like treats like, seems to me, you take homeopathic HCG, you'd be hungry. That's how homeopathy works. Like treats like. Now, as far as dosages go, okay, so let's say I took that onion, I put it in a jar, I add alcohol to it, I succuss it, is what you call it. You would beat it up, you would agitate it, and then I would take 1 drop of that onion alcohol mixture, and I would put it in another bottle with, a cup of alcohol, and 1 drop, and succuss it. That's 1x. I've done it 1 time. Okay, now I succuss that one. Now I take that cup of ethyl alcohol and I take 1 drop, and now I got another cup of pure alcohol and I put 1 drop and succuss it and shake it up. That's 2x, 2 dilutions. So when you see, it's been 10x or 20x or 200x, it's just dilutions of that original product. So I hope that's just the basic understanding for you. Like treats like. You get a bee sting, you would take bee sting homeopathy. Apis mellifica, or however it's pronounced. A bee will make you hurt and swell up. You take homeopathic bee, and the swelling goes away and the itching stops. So I hope that gives you a better explanation of homeopathy for dummies, I guess. And that's the reason that I wonder about homeopathic HCG. And all of you talk about the dilution. It is totally diluted, so you really wouldn't be poisoned by taking it. But if like treats like, and prescription strength HCG, or in your body, makes you not hungry and lose weight, then homeopathic HCG should make you gain weight. That's just my little amateur opinion. Been doing this for 25 years. I make my own tinctures too. I have a huge homeopathic kit. I use it all the time. Whenever I get something, or my husband does, we use homeopathy. So thank you, HCG friends. Hope that's a bit of an answer for you. And this is Queen Shelley here. I'm down another 0.6 of a pound, so I'm like 2/10 away from that 32 pounds. I gained the 10 pounds over Christmas. So now I'm on my way to more fat and really good stuff. Happy losses. I don't care what kind of HCG you take. Lose the weight. Be healthy. Fabulous. Bye-bye.